Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome back to the OVRC. I am joined once again by Owen.
Hello everyone.
And you join us at Spa for the final round of Season 6 of the OVRC GT Series. As we come to the end of free practice, do you want to quickly run over the championship standing before we get into qualifying?
Yeah, so leading the Drivers' Championship is also Olila with 112 points. In second is Ryan Watson with 87. Then we have Mike Stoffmill in third with 80. And in fourth we have Robert Nygaard with a nice 69 points. And in fifth we have John Dalton with 60 points. Leading the team's championship is Large Boy Racing with 117. Then second we have Panda Racing AMG with 112. Third is WND Motorsports with 89. Fourth is Flying Husky Motorsports with 87. And then only 1 point behind is Panda Racing GSR with 86 points. And as always, if you want to see the full standings, you can do so at the link in the description.
Thank you for that. Qualifying is underway. Out the pit lane. Obviously they use the long pit lane in ACC as the track is slowly getting a bit darker. Very late evening. So, Spa-Francorchamps, famous circuit. I'm sure everyone in sim racing knows it, if they like to or not. There's no real avoiding it. 7.004 kilometers long in this configuration. And flying up and down circuit, lots of fast stuff, slow stuff, basically everything. Brian Mawson is the first car out on track. A slightly quieter time out in terms of car numbers. Got a few people having issues with hardware, according to the Discord. So Mawson heads into Campus Corner. And soon on to Fistavolo. He'll be the first car to start his lap. Quite bright pink and purple M4. Realistically, one of the only people which has a shot at the championship at this point. There's quite a strong lead at this point. Obviously, the drop round will be done after all the steward reports will be done. Then we'll have a winner, but obviously still got this final race to go first, as Mawson across the line will start his first time lap as he heads into turn 1 down the source on the slowest corners on the track, and he starts to head downhill towards El Rouge, down the old pit straight, which is the current pit straight effectively for this race, and climb up to Rallion, trying to get away as much cutting there without actually cutting the track. Heading down the Kemmel straight, or closing on the comms. Hard on the brakes, the curb starts. Very loose for Mawson, he barely keeps it together. Quite low traction control from the looks of things. Heads in, now starts to descend down the hill. Into No Name. Now down to Huon. So a double apex. On the track map, actually looks like 2 corners, but it's sort of treated as one long one when you're driving it. Quick little sprint down to the Fargus. Thanks. Yeah. Quite a lot of curb then. Curb on exit, bit sideways into campus. And through Stavol. Very wide an exit there. And it's all flat out now towards the bus stop chicane. wiggle then, so maybe not quite happy with his tyre temperature right now. The track is very cold right now. Flat out all the way through Blanchimont, now hard on the brakes, the bus stop. Power out towards the start-finish line, in the timing line. Now our first lap at 2:19.002. Nygaard goes quicker to 2:18.3. Times will be very quickly appearing on the time board. The Lila goes quickest with a 2:17.912. Sebastian will be the last car to set a time. This is the last car on track. Right, currently. So chance across the line. There's 2:18.2. Landing 2:19.3. And then Jordan Daly. Goes P5 with 2:18.527. Now we're both Sebastian and Brunier with the bus stop right now. Across the lines is 2:19.152. I was a little noticing because I have a track map currently on my screen. But funny the corner names. I feel like every person has their own version of the corner names around here. I think it'd be more time of tracks try to change them to something else. I think what no name's something that's called Speakers Corner. The track map from Circuit Info doesn't call Puon. That was one of those things. As Mawson heads to the bus stop for the second time, so that is currently quite a bit quicker, 1 second up on his last time. Puts him into P2.
Stoffmill goes fastest.
Yep.
A 2:17.0. Thomas Jansen also improving right now.
A lot of improvements on the board right now. A lot of green. Across the line and goes second quickest, but 0.693 down. Stoffmill's current time. Definitely a lot more pace to be found.
As Jordan Daly moves up to 6th position. Sebastian Brunier will be next up, but he is a second down right now, so he will not be improving. Mawson 2 tenths up.
Yeah, over halfway completed his lap, so he can keep his momentum going. Quite a few people have returned to the pit lane and back out on track to reset their tyres and fuel load.
Mawson heads around the final corner. Still 2 tenths up. Let's see where he goes, and he does not improve. So that was an invalid lap.
Sophomore does not improve that time around either.
Next up will be Olila.
He's on a bad lap right now as well. Blue on the track map. I'll improve, but it was on not a valid lap, so it will not count.
Sebastian Brunier is a few tenths up. Six tenths up right now, as he heads toward the bus stop.
You get a good exit here. There's a bit on the exit. There's still the improvement. It's not gaining position though. The next car on a timed lap still will be Mawson, because the next few cars down the track are all on invalid or out laps currently. Awesome, 3 attempts up into the bus stop.
Lost a bit of time at the end there. And just misses out and stays in 4th position. Carlisle improves his time. As Nygaard heads around the final corner and loses his improvement through the final corner. So no improvement for him, unfortunately. Jensen is 2 tenths up right now.
Be down at no name.
Also seeing improvements from Nygaard and Gladwin. Jensen is losing his improvement. Though only a little bit slower than his best lap though, as he heads down to the bus stop. Let's see if he can still gain a little bit through here.
Not a lot of time for people to now be out on laps. And a lap around here is 2 minutes long. Or over 2 minutes long.
And Jensen does not improve. Gladwin does not improve since that was not a valid lap. Falkenstein a 10th up right now. Our current leader Mark Stoffmill also on a slight improvement.
Jonas Janssen sent to pit lane, which means he will not have time to set a lap. Qualifying over for him. There's a lie that invalidates his lap just going over a rally on, so he is also out of qualifying.
Wolkenstein loses some time at the end and does not improve. There are no improvements on the board right now, other than Mike Stoffmill, who is 8 tenths up, but he's only just gotten past turn 1. Mawson's still out there trying to improve, but not managing to do it so far. As the checkered flag drops, so this will be his final chance.
Carlisle's also pulled off to one side, so their qualifying is also over now. So Mawson's realistically the only car which is going to be a threat and 1/10 down right now. I need Savolo. And towards the bus stop now. Still 2/10 down. Awesome. This is not looking like it'll be the run.
No improvement, unfortunately.
So it's looking like Stoffmill will be on pole. But can he have an improved time or not? Is the only question left. As Wolkenstein's on track right now, but it's down.
Yeah, and as he can gain a second and a half through the bus stop. Not happening for Wolkenstein, I'm afraid.
Stoffmill into the final corner. 2/10, 3/10 down. So Wolkenstein currently a 10th down for the exit, so that will be on improvement. That is the end of qualifying with Stoffmill on pole position. Janssen and Lila the top 3. Mawson, Nygaard, Daly, Wolkenstein, Brunier, Glennie, and Carlisle are the top 10. So a smaller grid this time out for the final. Return to the pit lane. A small little break before race preparations get underway. So, race will begin in 3 minutes. The last second preparations for the last race of the season. 1 hour of Spa. A pit stop is required. Track is 12 degrees. Track condition optimal. And it's going to be dry. Just dry. We'll see if the track will lose temperature as the race goes on. It will go into darkness.
So we wait for everyone to get ready. Let's start this 1 hour race at Spa to close out the 6th season already of the OVRC ACC GT3 Series. Hopefully we can end it on a fun race. As they start firing up their engines.
The 10-second
about
warn.
to get underway for the formation lap.
The moment we lead everyone away. So everyone out of the box. As the very long formation lap begins. So the starting order will be Stoffmill, Janssen for row 1, Alida Morton for row 2, Nygaard Daly for row 3, Hockenstein Bruni row 4, Glenn and Carlisle row 5. The sun has already set.
Yep. Championship leader starting in P3 behind Stoffmill and Janssen.
With the first and only championship rival realistically being P4 Mawson. Interesting to see the outcome of this race, and Stoffmill does seem to have quite a significant pace advantage right now. Out to no name they come. The BMWs do seem quite strong. They've been strong all season, the BMW, the new one, the M4. Quite a popular car as well in other series I've seen, so. Ferrari looking very strong as well. Apparently the AMG's a bit twitchy at the top of rally on around here, especially when following another car, so it'll be interesting to see if Alaya has solved those issues with the setup. So if you're at Stavolo to go, as they begin the long trek down towards the bus stop.
Mawson weaving around.
turn 1 when you actually get underway, I believe, is the old start-finish line, to the downhill part, and not necessarily the F1 start. So I think that's actually a bit longer before the cars will actually get underway. I'll try to get some brake temperature in right now as formation goes 2 by 2 now. The grid will be formed. We'll head through the bus stop. Pit lane's obviously off to the outside there. You can't really tell if someone's going to pit until the last second as the what will be the first turn on the first racing lap, but obviously turn 1, the situation will actually be El Rouge. Always puts me off that. So down the hill they go as we are prepared to get up to racing speed very shortly. 1 hour of Spa coming up. 10 cars. It'll be an interesting race to see who will come out on top. We'll reach the line. The green flag is dropped and away we go. Goffman has to pull ahead of Jansen to go up the hill. Lyers alongside Mawson. Mawson with the inside. Up the hill. So far so good as everyone managed to get the way up. Glenning has dropped to the back.
Daly side by side with Nygaard.
Yeah, as Mawson's managed to get ahead of Elida. There's a goal. There's been a bit of contact into the comms as Mawson's turned around and facing the wrong way. He hit
Got the replay. Ooh! Hit the back of the BMW. I think he was a bit late on the brakes there.
Does seem so from the outside. Jansen managed to get the car pointing the right way very quickly, so he lost a few positions. Elida gained from that though, he's got a clear run. Stoffmill. Stoffmill's already starting to pull quite a visible gap already. Timing tower right now will be very inaccurate, so if it's on screen, don't trust it yet. We'll wait until everyone goes for the next sector to really work out where everyone actually is. Jumbled up a bit. Johnson currently P4 behind Daly, who's gained a lot of positions off that start, managed to get up to P3. A good start from him. Green is cleared. Carla, Falkenstein and Glenningen. Mawson's got a lot of work to do now to get back up there. So Stoffel completes the first lap. Glenningen and Falkenstein alongside each other going down the hill right now. Let's see which car's got a bit more straight line speed. They're still neck and neck. But Glenningen will eke out ahead going into the Rouge. We'll take the position as up. Falkenstein takes a very big cut over the top there. Wrong angle there. Didn't seem to didn't gain position off it though, so as long as he doesn't keep doing that, shouldn't be too much of an issue. then he's just closed up quite a bit. Carlisle as well, so doing a really horrible start. Getting quite a bit as Mawson's also closing to the back of Falkenstein. So he's obviously got quite a bit of pace in that car. Obviously he's quite far out of position after the lap 1 incident. Carlisle being defensive towards campus. Jansen fastest lap that time by as he's trying to close the gap to Daly. Even enough straight line speed in that BMW. Its one weakness is its top end. Seen it a few times this season where the car seems to run out grunt down the straight, but we'll see. Keep up with the McLaren.
Gladdening closing up to Carlisle. And he'll be able to make the move into the next corner. Thinking about it. And he goes down the inside. He gets past, moves up to 7th position.
We move that. As Falkenstein's looking to have a go at Carlisle down the hill, but really a gap there to go into. As Elias closed the gap right down to Stoffmill, who is half a second down this lap for Stoffmill, so obviously a little error somewhere. Away, Elias a bit wide on the exit there. A few people are rolling out wide. Our Stavolo. This Carlisle's got a bit of a train forming behind us. Mawson's going to look down the inside of Falkenstein heading towards Blanchimont, which will become the outside if he's not careful, so he's got to hope for a bit of his toe, but he does get ahead of Falkenstein now. Get far enough away to defend the move going into the next corner. He's flashing the headlights a bit, looking down the inside of Carlisle. I'll have now the inside going to the second part of very close there between them. Also runs a bit wide on exit, but we'll get ahead of Carlisle, who's now under threat from Falkenstein. Going into La Source. Carlisle and doing a few corners, dropped down 2 positions. Can he fight back? Falkenstein going up the hill now.
Falkenstein cuts the corner.
It's not the first time he's done that, so you've got to be a bit careful. I think it's a rule of 3 for major cuts in the Corsa. As Elia has the fastest lap. They're closing the gap quite far down to Stoffmill last time around.
As Elia spins.
But Lyle Daly goes very wide at Pouon.
Ooh, there's a weird twitch on the exit there. Lila just dropped down to 5th position.
It's fine, Robert Nygaard. Daly ends up in P3 at the end of that, despite going very well to avoid. I didn't quite see it, but I think he was avoiding the spinning Mercedes ahead. Yeah, Lila, that instability of the Mercedes around here. He said it earlier in the practice server. He's striked him fairly early on the race. Didn't lose too much out of it. But the gap now to Stoffel is 4.1 seconds. Quite a significant gap in that regard. Just watching the replay on the stream, it looks like he caught the inside curb and the car sort of spat him out a tiny bit.
Yeah, so Jensen back in his qualifying position of second after that contact early on with Mawson.
Yeah, he's a bit deep going to the source. That's Nygaard's close right up. Nygaard managed to do anything going up and cuts the top of a Rouge.
So we're gonna have to be careful with that one. That's happened a few too many times.
Yep. Gonna look for a move. He looks to the inside. Backed out against it. It's off Daly a bit. No, Daly managed to keep his composure and stays on the racing line. As the gap between Stoffel and Jansen's closed way down. I think Stoffel slowed down a bit on purpose. As we have another yellow of Glenigan spun around. He's back underway again. Not sure if he has contact assisted or spun around his own. A bit weird to spin midway down the straight though.
Let's see. Oh, we ran wide onto the AstroTurf on the exit and spun into the barrier.
It was just by himself. I know the Audi's a bit of a tricky car to drive. Glenigan's now got to get past Carlisle and Falkenstein again. Dispatching of those two very quickly earlier on. Obviously the gap's a bit bigger. Carlisle is not quite on the pace of the others, it looks like. Daly currently has 3 cars behind him. Nygaard, Lila and Brunier. So we're on the lap 5. Race. So we're getting to the sort of conditions now. We can see a lot of cars sparking out now, going down a Rouge now. Mawson has a 6-second gap to close to that leading pack. Definitely doable. This guy have a bunch of very quick laps right now. So someone will be bringing a gap back out to Jansen, so it does seem to have a bit more pace in the bag. bit of movement going on to the bus stop behind Daly. He goes a bit deep. Daly loses traction and allows Nygaard to slip past. Will Elida get past as well? There'll be a drag race to turn 1. Elida the inside line. Elida just need to pull ahead. They possibly a bit put off there by the little movements behind. Sebastian Brunius trying to get involved as well. As the two McLarens go alongside each other down the hill. He slots in behind. And over the top once more. Elia's got a bit of a gap now to Nygaard, possibly under threat. Elia takes the inside line to defend the corner. Will the McLaren try to go the long way around? We'll have the inside for the next one. Elia a bit twitchy on the exit there. Daly managed to sit back in front of Elia, so Elia's struggling a bit, which is now under threat by Sebastian. Closes the door. That Mercedes is not looking the most comfortable car right now. Everything's closed right down onto Carlisle at the back of the grid. Quarter of the race has been completed.
So we're on board with O'Lyland, chasing down Daly. And of course leading the championship right now, but currently down in 5th position. Having a bit of a tough race.
Mawson is slowly in the background there, trying to close as well. So Mawson can get anything done. Obviously Mawson current points tally will be his final tally, as I don't believe he did the first race. So whatever he's on will be his final. Same for Stoffmill as well. So they'll both be on their final tallies. Elida obviously will have a drop round, as he has finished every race, I believe, and entered every race this season. In terms of the Teams Championship, it's looking like a good result for Large Boy Racing. Currently P2 and P3. Obviously still a long way to go in the race. Glenn still yet to get past Carlisle. He's dropped back a bit now. I'm wondering if again he's having a bit of a struggle getting past now. Mawson's dropped back a bit as well to Brunia. His last lap was not that far off his best, so as a line looks to be entering the pit lane. The first car to pit, obviously a very long pit stop around here. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's got to go all the way down the endurance pit lane.
Glenningen also heads in as well, so that's 2 cars in.
Yep. Also, a good reminder of another reason not to cut the track too much, as a drive-through penalty at this track is even more devastating than anywhere else.
It is the worst track to have one at. And so at one point one of the easiest ones to get one at, because it's so easy to cut the top of a rally on. Especially if you're towing another car trying to avoid a collision or something like that, so. I see Elias is very much in the limiter there. The car's still bouncing up and down on my end.
Porpoising.
Something
the Mercedes is infamous for.
The GT3.
Not normally this Mercedes, but
I remember the Mercedes AMG GT3 where it porpoised that Spa at you, it's really unfortunate. So Jansen's struggling a bit to keep up with Stoffmill. As Daly and Sebastian have closed the gap with each other now, so again, he may be struggling. Not exactly struggling, because obviously Elila's not been nice enough to have to replace Elila with another car instead. Sebastian's having sort of a difficult season, I'd say. He's struggling a bit. I mean,
Elila heads back out of the pit lane.
Yep. I think Elila might be a bit longer in the pit lane due to the damage repairs. But Elila is back out and ahead of the pack. And Clean Air, let's see what they can do. Very important for them now to get some quick laps out, I imagine. As Glenningen is also now underway and will again have Clean Air ahead. At least the Spa's a long enough track, you don't have to worry about getting put out into traffic if you pit early.
Yeah, you could see some of the other cars just in the background there when he was leaving the pits. So go back to the fight between Brunier and Daly.
Heading down the Kemmel Straight. Sebastian looks down the inside, but again trying to put Daly off a bit. Or threatening the move, saying that I'm here, hello. Gaps will open up a tiny bit. Jensen's lost nearly over a second now to Stoffmill. Nygaard's 3 seconds back from Jensen as well, so top three definitely have a pace advantage. And now we'll soon know how quick Elila will be in that Clean Air, as they have a clean track ahead of them and on their first timed lap.
Oh, Daly goes off the track. What happened to him? A bit late on the brakes, I think. That's a lot Brunier past.
He seems to be struggling a bit with the going a bit too deep in some of these corners. Overheating the brakes or just lapse of concentration. Loses only a position out of it, but it does mean that Mawson is now closer. Eli's 0.7 up on their best time. It's quite significant, so obviously making the best use of having that clean air ahead of them.
Yeah, looks to be putting in a fast lap. 8 tenths up right now. And that said, Max Stoffels just set his fastest lap on his used tires.
Eli into the bus stop. Where will this time put them? I think the Delta's a bit over optimistic. Oh, we'll see. They crossed the line. Timing beam. 1, 2, 18.32. So yeah, it was a bit. The looks of things going to be like significantly quicker, but it wasn't. It was fairly standard.
Yeah.
2:18 is about where the fast runners are setting standard times. Obviously, Stoffel with 17.69 being the quickest time. I just watched the light go up, ratty on those. There's a little twitch of the car halfway up, and I can be aware a bit of the struggling is coming in compared to Stoffel, who I don't really seem to have that same issue. He's extended his lead by 3 seconds now.
As Daly goes into the pits.
So all the gaps are somewhat spread out now. Everyone's still calmed into it. Obviously, pit stops are still to count for a lot of people, which obviously will jumble the order possibly a bit, especially given how long they are at it. Damage from Mawson's not quite as bad as it could be. Still, he's a bit off the lead.
Stoffel has definitely been extending that gap to Jensen though. 3.7 seconds now.
Yeah, he's definitely put the hammer down now.
Yeah, he's on a fast lap. Still lapping in the 2:17s. Yeah, high 17s despite his used tires at this point. It'll be interesting to see when he ends up going to the pits, as he will have to.
Yep, one mandatory pit stop. So Daly's has put pit lane now is ahead of Elila still, but Elila's also going to have to run, so it'll be interesting to watch this. So Elila's going to close quite rapidly into Daly down the Kemmel straight. As Nygaard looks to be entering the pit lane. Elila around the outside of Daly. As always, there's been contact between the two of them. Daly on the outside seems to have somewhat closed the door on Elila there from the looks of things.
There's a replay of that from the helicopter camera so we can see more clearly. Yeah, Elila was on the curbs there. And yeah, I do think Daly kind of closed the door on him there, as there was nowhere else for Elila to go.
Yeah, I think that's a bit on Daly there.
Maybe he wasn't expecting him to come back down the inside there.
I don't think Elila was ever clear. Like, if it was like a bit of a case where they stopped overlapping for a bit, I could see that happening. But it doesn't, from just the replay, it doesn't look like it's happened. It looks like they sort of always were alongside each other. So I definitely think that's on daily. Obviously, Elias is allowed to report after the race. There's a 24-hour window to do that. See what happens. Has lost Elila a bit of quite a significant chunk of time, about 6 seconds daily. As the halfway point is very quickly approaching, you're probably going to see the rest of the field make their pit stops.
So we're getting pretty close to gladdening as well.
Yep.
So you might be lapped soon. Stoffel stays out, as does Jansen.
Nygaard enters the pit lane, goes past the bollard. So does Brunier and Mawson. Before Consign also follow. Yes. So the top two stay out. Everyone else seems to have pitted. Carlisle obviously will coming through now towards the bus stop. And they will also enter the pit lane, so just Jansen and Stoffmel out on track right now. As they continue to close on Glenning, who's dropped quite far back now. Had a few instances of spins over the course of the race. Pit stops, everyone still is stationary. Nygaard will effectively be the first car to be moving, but we'll see. Daly goes past the start line as Nygaard's on the move. As Brunier's next to start going as well. Wilson's then dropped off the jack as well, as well as Falkenstein, so as Stoffmel gets past Glenningen and then immediately into the pit lane. And as Jansen will be doing much the same. So top two are now in the pit lane. Elida gets past Falkenstein. So to make his way back up the field after contact with Daly. Hasn't caught up to Daly yet, as next target will actually be Mawson. So championship rivals. Mawson realistically needs to start trying to get ahead of the cars ahead.
Steady, getting close to the back of Bernier.
Yep. Yeah, these two have swapped positions now after pit stops. As both leaders still yet to actually get into their boxes. Just now gets a standstill.
Yeah, a long pit stop here.
They look down the inside of Bruni into the bus stop. Bruni somewhat defends it. Will stay ahead, but then outbrakes himself into it. Will manage to stay ahead on exit. Stoffmill gets underway again. And so does Jansen, so clean stop by Stoffmill will give him quite a clean lead. And Nygaard might have a chance of overtaking Jansen here. Meanwhile, a bit further back, Bailey right behind Bastian.
So Nygaard stays behind Jansen.
Bailey around the outside. In the same position he put Olida earlier, doesn't get hit this time. Wilson closes right back up onto Daly. He takes to the inside. Wilson looking around the long way. Still definitely looking to make a move onto Daly now. Olida lurking behind them. Jansen's stayed ahead of his teammate, so those two BMWs are together. Stockman has a nearly 8-second lead now. It's going to end up behind Carlisle once more. Lawson looks down the inside of the bus stop. Have to go a long way around for the next second part. Not quite close enough, so I'll slot him behind once again. We'll try to do something for turn one. Nope. Backs out against it. He gets the run now down towards Eau Rouge.
Nygaard losing a bit of time to his teammates through Eau Rouge.
So we're now trying to close the gap. He's got a very good run now to Daly. Pulls down towards the inside. Nose just in enough. You get a long way around. Tiny bit of contact on the exit there, but they keep pointing the correct way. Mawson gets past Daly and moves up into P5. Would Daly have trying to go back again? Through campus they go. They have a very good run on the exit of Stavolo, so he may have to go in the bus stop. How will Mawson defend us now? Mawson long way around. Get that car turned, yes he does, and managed to keep ahead, so good bit of car positioning there by Mawson. There's a Elias looking to get past Daly now as well, so... Will I get the run now?
Too far behind.
Not quite quick enough on the run then. Mawson closing in on Sebastian. Right behind now, we'll have to look to the outside. Sebastian puts his car right in front of him. Has to hold back. A bit slow there through campus. That's Mawson to close the gap back up again. Yeah, we're now looking a bit close right now to really make anything happen now, but we're looking into the bus stop. Sebastian will defend the inside. Will Daly get involved as well? It's going to be 3 wide. A little bit of contact there. That could have ended very badly then.
Elias looking to get involved as well.
He's just at the back there. Mawson inside line for turn 1. Nearly collects Sebastian in the process. Sebastian sort of chops down the standard racing line. Side by side down the hill now. Who will hold it and who will back out? Daly backs out. Wise thing to do, quite possibly. He's going to have now a very good run into the comms. Sebastian's probably a bit relieved he survived all that at the end of it. He's still got 80 minutes to go. The track is getting darker. As we have a stopped car, Groningen stopped at the top of Rouge. And he's at Rally on the pit lane. I wonder if he's...
Yeah, have a replay of that.
That's
and
he's
lost it. Right into the barrier on the inside of Rouge. And that is a nasty spin.
As he stopped again on the Kemmel, as he is retired. So that's the first retirement. Timothy Groningen. From the sound of it, had a very typical Audi incident at the top there. So Lila closes all the way up to Daly again. Go straight across into the barrier. That's a hard impact.
Yeah, I can easily see why he'd have to return to the pit lane after that one.
So the battle for P4 is still very much underway in the last 60 minutes of the race. Bolkenstein's just in the back there. I don't think it's quite close enough really to get involved just yet, but the more these two fight, the more closer you'll get. Carlisle, unfortunately, is not on the pace today. Mawson closing back up to Sebastian. Very bit wide for Corn. Doesn't hit the landmine. I don't actually know the landmine's in here. I know it's an iRacing. There's a big old landmine at the end of the curb. It sends your car upwards. I don't know if it's an ACC. I haven't ventured out that far as Mawson closes right up to the back of Sebastian now. He's going to try to do another thing in the bus stop. Once again, Daly's in a similar position as last time. Could it end the same way? Happened a few laps back. We're about to find out. Does he get a good enough run? It's a bit further away this time. It'll be a bit easier to react now to something going on. That McLaren though with Daly's very slippery though. Sebastian on the inside. Also trying to go the long way around. Sebastian squeezes it onto the inside curb and keeps the position. Once again, Elida still behind Daly, who was also looking to make his way through somehow. These four are still very much glued to each other. Sebastian a bit slow up the hill. Mawson around the long way at the Kemmel Straight, who will be on the outside for the comms. Will he get out ahead? Sebastian fighting back. But Sebastian gets a bit loose on the inside the curb then, and Mawson gets ahead. Sebastian lucky not to lose another position. Keeps Daly behind. Elida who's looking as well to get past both of these two. Mawson now has basically got to try and attempt to scamper away from his arc. Sebastian takes a lot of curve then. Possibly a bit spooked by what has happened. He's got... Well, Daly managed to get past Sebastian. These two were fighting earlier on in the race. Gap to the leader. Yeah, so it's 11.1 seconds now. So that gap is very much extended. The last laps are fairly equal, I just think, overall. Sophomore's been sending more quick laps. Just generally how it works. If you set more quick laps, you'll be quicker.
Racing 101 with Alex.
It's almost as good as Drive to Survive. As Elida goes very deep here into the bus stop, bit of no love lost between those two now as Elida pushes Daly out onto the Astro, gets ahead. I don't think it's been particularly kind after the last bit of contact they had earlier. Of course, if they do get reported, they'll be treated as separate incidents. We won't take one to account for the other, they'll be treated separately, but... So now Elida's got to try and get past Sebastian. He's got a bit of breathing room now because of all that. Glenningham's back out on track again, so I guess he's repaired his car up, decided to head back out.
Yep, grab those points.
Lawson's gaining a lot of time now in the clean air. Can it take enough time to close on Nygaard? It'll be a struggle. It's doable. It'll be very quick though. They're closing right up to Sebastian. With the run now, down towards Blanchimont. Sebastian once again with the inside. Lila will have the inside for the next part, and we'll get ahead of Sebastian. Now it's Daly for a threat. He's going to look down Sebastian. A bit of a reactive move then. From the looks of things, but maybe not. Falkenstein's very much now involved with these guys as well. He's close right down with all this fighting going on. Daly will now. Sebastian very early to the inside. Bending into the next corner. Sebastian managed to keep it just on track, but will concede the position as Falkenstein's now right up behind him as well. Sebastian definitely struggling a bit now with sort of a train effect going on. How much pace does Lila have now left? And he obviously pitted early compared to everyone else.
Yeah, he is immediately making a break for it. Then he got some pace in him that he just wasn't able to use, being stuck behind all these guys.
We should have done some maths before the race so we can work out where the points currently stand and who will win at this point. But we don't know yet. We haven't done that maths beforehand.
Preparation.
What's that?
Who needs that?
We don't do that. Hey, I did the poster at least a day in advance this time. Go me. 7 minutes left to go. Sebastian's fight is definitely not over yet. Falkenstein has very much closed him down. Daly is somewhat getting away from him now. One of Sebastian's possibly gone a bit too far on those tyres. Maybe hasn't got the pace. Long zone. Looking for a move, possibly.
Mawson not managing to catch up to Nygaard. They're actually doing very similar lap times right now.
Elias probably doing quicker than him right now as well, but probably not quick enough to really close that gap. It's not by the end of the race. Falkenstein looking around the outside there, but has to make a very deep line to avoid collision. Being a bit late in the move then. Falkenstein once again closes right to Sebastian through turn 1. Has to somewhat stamp on the brakes to avoid hitting. Falkenstein cuts over the top then.
Everyone managing to avoid the penalties so far.
Falkenstein around the long way.
Ooh,
Sebastian
spun.
Just about avoids the wall. And he stalls it as well. I heard a bunch of revving going on then. Gets under. I don't know if he lost it on his own then or not.
I think he lost it on his own. That didn't look like contact to me.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for Sebastian, who was so long doing so well. Holding up a bunch of honestly quicker people, but eventually it seems to have fallen away now. Especially in these closing moments of the race. So Stoffmill's lead, 15.2 seconds. He's cruising home.
Yep, looks like we're going to have one more lap after this one. So yeah, 3 minutes left.
The line actually has closed quite a bit now. Mawson. So you have to be closing a second a lap now to even get close.
He gained 8 tenths to Mawson last time around. And not too far off that 2-second mark, but still with just 2 laps left to go, I'm afraid it's not quite enough.
It's
But we'll see.
to defend. Will be the issue. Not just can't just gain on someone. You got to also overtake them.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go Daly behind him, doing very similar pace. As Max Stoffmel starts the final lap.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
The final lap of the season is underway. Nearly a night time as the season ends. Nearly.
Yep, 7 past 10 in game.
You can't time it with half past, so it's hard. It's either dark start or. Below 2 seconds now on Dawson. The real story will be obviously Stoffmel, who managed to have a very clean race this time. Got pole and led every lap outside of the laps has done his pit stop. I don't even know actually technically he led. I don't think he pitted late. As he heads towards Blanchimont now. The bus stop one final time. And heads towards finish line to finish first.
The leader has finished the race.
1 hour Spa race for the final time of season 6. Next across the line will be Thomas Janssen, who had a collision, but has managed work his way back into P2.
Robert Nygaard will finish third. And Ryan Mawson 4th, Olila 5th. And then Jordan Daly in 6th. Next up will be Falkenstein in P7.
Brunier will come home PA after valiantly fighting off so many cars for such a period of time after the pit stops.
So there are fireworks going off. Carlisle and Tettening still have quite a way to go.
As Carlisle across the line to secure that 9th place, and Glennion very slowly
Doing some
doing
burnouts.
burnouts. As he crossed the line
And into the barrier.
into the barrier. They'll be happy to get out of that Audi, as that is the season. Mike Stoffmel is your winner for the final round. Thomas Janssen, Robert Nygaard are your top 3. Mawson, Olila, Daly, Falkenstein, Brunier, Carlisle, and Glennion are the top 10. And hoped everyone who's out there has enjoyed watching this season and all its interesting races. Obviously, it's a bit of a shame not to have some more people show up, but there you go. Sometimes that's just how it is.
Yeah, we still had some fun though, and that's ultimately what matters.
Yep. That is the main part of all this. We're all here. We're all here to race and drive. And And yeah, we'll be hopefully doing something soon in the future. I don't know what yet. There's new content for ACC. You never know. Maybe you see some BMW Cup cars. Maybe it'll be a Ginetta.
Or maybe GT3.
GT3. How do you like GT3? At Spa.
Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this race and the entire season, of course. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you click the like button and subscribe to the channel to catch whatever we do next.
Yep. Until then, everyone, stay safe. Just a side note, people are still racing on track as they enter the pit lane. They're going at full speed. Anyway.
Yeah, so goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you next season.